We are here with Keith O'Loughlin, who is Senior Vice President of Sportsbook and Platforms at Scientific Games. Now, most people, many people in North America at least, will identify Scientific Games with the lottery, slot machine, casino systems business. But obviously you have a very robust sports betting business as well. Can you describe it for us, Keith?
Thanks, Frank. Yeah, we've been in the sports betting business for 20 years through various acquisitions and businesses that we've built organically. So our sports betting, if we talk about the platform, we've got what we call Open Sports. And Open Sports has got 5 different components. It's got our Open Bet platform, which has been the mainstay for sports betting for most businesses outside of the US for 20 years. It's got the likes of Ladbrokes and Coral and William Hill and Paddy Power, Betfair, and Sky Bet, who've run the platform effectively from their inception. But it's also got customers like Sportsbet, biggest operator in Australia. New Zealand Racing Board has most recently gone live in January of this year. So they're all large customers, as well as the likes of BCLC in Canada and Lotto Quebec as well. So we've a real heritage from that open bet part of the business. But alongside that, last year we acquired Don Best Sports, based here in the US in Las Vegas, which is a 20-year heritage in providing trading, betting and pricing solutions for the US market, for US sports. We also acquired NYX, which had a player account platform to do all, the wallet, the player registrations, and all of the player management aspects. So those are the 3 components that we've acquired, and we also built out that full front-end experience, which we call Open Engage, which is the mobile apps, mobile web, and desktop, but also the retail proposition, which has got the screens, and also EPOS and SSBTs. So that gives us a full proposition. We've got customers on the platform collectively for 20 years. All of our customers that we've put on the platform have effectively stayed with the platform. We haven't lost customers, which shows the longevity of what we do. But we've also seen a lot of change in that time. So, back then when we started, there was no live betting, there was no in-play, there was no cash out. And so the industry has really changed and turned in that time, and we've been able to adapt to it. So I think we've got experience around the world. We've got people, I think, in 14 different offices who are all working on sports betting with different customers and our product set to make sure that we're not only focused on the US market but the rest of the world, but that we're not following, but we're leading the market in terms of innovation.
How big a business is it within Scientific Games?
So our digital business, so the 4 parts of Scientific Games, we have our lotteries division, we have our gaming division, we've got our social business, and our digital division. So digital division has got about 1,700 employees around the world, and it's the biggest growth area within Scientific Games.
What is your presence right here in the United States today, and how do you see the market developing?
So in the United States, I suppose I'll answer the question in 2 ways. We're headquartered out of Las Vegas, and that's where Don Best Sports, and that's where we've got a lot of our commercial team, account management team, and a lot of the people who work with our customers to do implementation as well. We've also got people in Chicago, we've got people here in New Jersey, perform in different functions in customer service, in tech support, in terms of, and also infrastructure and operations as well. So we've presence right across the US. From a customer perspective, we went live last year with Caesars, and we're now live in 3 states, both in terms of retail and also in terms of digital. It's been a very exciting journey for us to partner with such a renowned brand in the US. And I think that we're very excited as to where that can go. We've always been interested in long-term relationships with customers and partnering with customers who want to not only to better themselves, but to lead and to break new ground in the market. We announced last week a deal with Wynn, and we're expecting to do something later on this year with that. So it's very exciting for us. The second part of the question is, how do I see the market opening? I think over the next 12 to 24 months, it's going to be about people, land grabbing some market share, people getting to market, trying to understand the regulatory framework in different states, getting the technology live and getting customers. And I think it's it's a starting point that all operators want to get. And I think at that stage, from kind of year 2 onwards, it's where we'll start to see customers to really differentiate and innovate, and to look at, say, where they want to major and where they want to differentiate themselves. I think it's very exciting, because I think that the market here for everything, not just for betting, but for sports, the way people consume sports is very different than it is anywhere else in the world. All you got to do is walk into any sports bar or walk into any facility on a big game weekend for NFL, and you see everybody with their jerseys, with a passion, and it's you go to a game and it's an event. It's something that people bring their families to, and they make a day or a weekend from going to a game. It's not just let's just go to a game and just pop home because we wanted to see it. So I think the passion that people display for sports here in the US is something that would bring a real difference in terms of how sports betting evolves, because people want entertainment. You go to any game again, and you've got beforehand, you've got all the entertainment, you've got during the timeouts and halftime, you've got great entertainment, and it's all about giving customers great value for money when they attend. I think from a sports betting perspective, that's going to be the ethos, is about how can you entertain customers and keep them for the long term.
One of the questions we always ask, because it's a very competitive world out there, and there's so many new players, both on the side of the suppliers who are trying to get into this country and people within this country who are trying to match up with expertise. One of those questions is, what is your competitive advantage?
It's a really good question, and I think it's been difficult for operators in the market to really see what's the different competitive advantages of individual B2B partners and vendors, because they're quite new to the space. Betting still only last May, so it's not even 12 months at this stage as we talk, when the passport was repealed. So it's been new to everybody, and trying to make decisions about what their technology strategy and their sports betting strategy is. Our competitive advantage is a few things. So one is, we've got a complete solution for sports betting, for account management, for gaming, for digital, and for retail. So we've also got a business, a part of our business, that will do the full marketing and operations for your sportsbook. So you can literally give us your logo, and we can do everything else that you need. So I think that's the first part. The second part, and this is really crucial, is that you can take all of our solution as a turnkey, or you can take little pieces and say, I want to do this myself, I want to do this piece my own way, I want to do my own trading, but I want to use your sportsbook, or I want to do my own front end and I want to use your sportsbook. You can pick and choose, and you can start now and take a full solution, and then over time you can change that solution. And I think the last piece is, we're a US headquartered business, and what we've done over the last number of years is we've acquired businesses around the world. So OpenBet was based in London, even though it had offices around the world, it was headquartered in London. NYX was headquartered in Sweden and then in Las Vegas. Don Best was headquartered in Las Vegas. So we have gone and we've acquired best of breed businesses who are providing individual components to support the sports betting ecosystem. And we've combined each of those to be our open sports solution. And so we've gone in a very different way than some of our competitors who have just organically built stuff. We've taken something that's tried and trusted over 20 years and brought it together in a way that we feel gives the best solution for the market. Not just for today, but for the future. And the last point, our competitive advantage, we've got customers like Ladbrokes who've been on our platform for 21 years. They've grown hugely as a business from taking their first bet. So we see that our business has proven that we can change as the market requirements change, and we can operate in multiple states and multiple jurisdictions and multiple countries and take the regulation for each very, very easily. So that if somebody's coming to our platform, they know that in 20 years' time, they won't be using the same code that we have now, it won't be all of the same people that we have now, but that we as a business will still be able to support them no matter what their needs are then.
Keith, very good presentation. Thank you for the overview.
Thanks, Frank. Lovely to meet you, and thank you for your time.
you.